All right, what's going on, guys? This is Paul from Ring Dragon Martial Arts, and so what we're going to do, we're going to be putting together a small series of kind of introductory, basic examples of the Ring Dragon curriculum. Okay, so this video today, this one is merely going to be about your stance, your chumbi stance, bowing, and then your fighting stance. Okay, so again, if you've trained with me before, you're familiar with these things, but there's no problem with reviewing. If you're training for the very first time, this is like the first kind of thing you're going to need to know. Okay, so we're going to move that. This video will be pretty short, pretty quick. Again, we're going to create a little series of these so that you can go back and review and practice and feel like we're in class together. Okay, so very first thing is your chumbi stance. Okay, so we do this at the beginning of class when we bow in, bow out, when you are about to do an exercise with one of your classmates, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is kind of our default stance. All right, so start out, hands by your sides, feet together. Okay, your chumbi, your feet are going to come wider. Let me step back a little bit so you can see me in my entirety. Start here, feet are wider or just about as wide as your shoulders, just a little bit more. Okay, squared up. Your toes are curled up as a sign of respect. Your fists are right out in front of your waist and your belt. All right? So, anytime you hear me say, hands by sides, feet together, chumbi. Okay? Now, we're going to hold our chumbi stance for 10 seconds, concentrating, looking straight ahead, getting inside of your own mind, ignoring the rest of the world around you, and getting yourself focused on the task at hand, right? So, hands by your sides, feet together. Right. Chumbi, 10-second hold. All right. Cheerio, kunye. All right. And now when you bow, I still want you looking straight ahead. Don't look at the floor. When we bow, feet come together, cross the hands, cheerio, kunye. All right. Now, super basic. If you take classes with me, you're going to hear that a lot. That kind of resets us and gets us back to what we need to do as far as the task, right? All right, so now we're going to discuss the fighting stance. There are different types of fighting stances depending on the martial art that you are practicing, right? There's no right, there's no wrong. There are simply differences in approach. So there's a squared stance, which right now I'm squared, meaning both of my shoulders are even and facing towards you. My stomach is facing towards you. My legs are side by side at the same place here, okay? That is a squared stance. It's more of an offensive stance, and by offensive I mean if you're more of the mindset that you want to attack a lot and use both limbs, both your arms, both your legs, in the case of Muay Thai, knees and elbows, right? So they stand squared. We stand bladed, which means to the side, all right? My lead hand is closer than my rear, right? You see? Closer, right? Okay, so body to the side. Now, this is more of a defensive stance, which I'm a proponent of a defensive mindset when it comes to defending yourself, all right? You want to make sure that you've got some of your vulnerabilities covered. And one of the most important things, which we're going to go over right now, is having leverage, having a base. All right, so if I stand squared and somebody shoves me, I go backwards. And normally we do this with somebody else so that you'll see I'm not just cooperating with myself to make a point, but someone would shove me and I would go back because my feet are side by side. I have nothing behind me. When we stand bladed, if I were to get shoved, I have a leg behind me to keep me where I'm supposed to be. All right? So that's called leverage. We want leverage. We want a good base so that we can generate power. And as far as the defensive component of this, right? When I stand here, my face, my neck, my chest, sternum, solar plexus, abdomen, groin, everything is available to be attacked from a squared stance. Now again, their mindset is to do the attacking, and that's one way to approach it. I personally care for the defensive posture, okay? So now my face is still here, but my chest is bladed and off to the side. Same with my sternum, my solar plexus, my abdomen, my groin, off to the side. Harder to access from a person standing right in front of you, okay? So not only do you have your leverage and now your defense, and leverage concerning power coming towards you, but you also have leverage coming forward, okay? Leverage coming forward. So you can generate power when you do your strikes, okay? So, quick review, and then this video is done for the day, all right? Hands by your sides, feet together. Chumbi, hold for 10 seconds. Excellent. Cheerio, crossing the arms, still looking forward. Kunye. All right. That's it for the day. Oh, sorry. Let's review the fighting stance real quick and then we'll be done. We'll bow out again at the end. All right. So, squared stance, we don't use that one. Nothing wrong with it per se, but we don't use that one. We use bladed stance, which is our fighting stance. Okay. That means one foot is in front of the other. I have a back leg and a front leg, right? A back leg and a front leg. And I've got leverage, okay? One arm should be longer than the other because our bodies are to the side. So one arm is actually closer rather than longer, but it plays out like that. Closer to the opponent than the other one, okay? So we've got Chumbi, Chiro Kunye, and your fighting stance, a bladed fighting stance. All right, thank you guys. Chumbi, Chiro Kunye. See you on the next one.